This is Vigalantee, the hip-hopologist for reasonforrhymes.com. There's reasonforrhymes.com in your black world. There's been a lot of things going on in the hip-hop world this past week, from different award shows to the controversy with Lil Wayne to Tim Dog dying. And I have on with me from time to time DL of Rare Breed to speak and give his insights on some things that's pressing in the hip-hop world. Right now, we have DL. What's up, DL?
Man, what's good with it, Vig? How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in, man. Hanging in there. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right to it. The controversy with Lil Wayne and Emmett Till, that's something close to my heart, for the joint that I put out. What do you think about, in any form, you're a writer, I'm a writer. We're writing a song, whether it's sex or whatever. He's talking about beating up the you-know-what stuff. I'm like, he could have beat it up with, like Mayweather or Tyson or whatever. What do you think about him using Emmett Till in that line, bro?
Truthfully, man, I thought it was one of the most ignorant things that man has ever done in his life, bro. Honestly, man, some people, man, they up on the culture that just the history of black history in America. But realistically, man, there's some lines you don't cross, man. And that's one thing that he's showing, man, is at the ignorance level, in our culture, man, is just ridiculous. Because when you get to using our own history, that we done built up our own culture in America home, bro, and you just use it to start demoralizing it, man, that's not cool. I don't care if you think it's a hot line. I don't care if you write a whole 16 trying to be metaphorically dope. Like, there's some lines you don't cross. Some things you got to keep sacred, man. In our history here, we got to keep that sacred. So if we start doing it, we can't get mad at somebody else doing it, just like using the N-word, all that. You can't get mad at another culture for doing it because that's what we're showing them to do. And that's just my take on it.
Yeah, you're definitely right, man. It's just so stupid when you hear it, man. This guy who's been in the business long enough to know better, and being, from the South, he should even know better then, and I had talked to Alvin Sykes in an interview a couple of days ago, man. He was like, there's nothing new to him. He said he figured that with so many people not knowing really who Emmett Till was and thinking that it was just some type of myth or something, he said he wasn't surprised when Lil Wayne said something like that. Like in the family, they seek an apology. But what's crazy, this guy hadn't even said nothing. He ain't said nothing about it. L.A. Reid did his thing. Boris Watkins, went ham on, on the situation a couple of days ago, man. And I just don't understand, like when it comes up, can you imagine, BL, if a rapper had said that same thing and said, I beat you up like John Benet Ramsey? What controversy would that have caused?
Right. Then it would have been outrage. Then it would have been over all the news stations, everything, man. And that's the point. Like, I'm not even gonna make it a too bad of a racial thing because I'll go all day on it. At the end of the day, you made a great point, man. It's like if you bring it up with black people, the ignorance level that we have, man, has gotten so that America or the world has got so immune to it. Some people aren't really shocked because us as a people, man, we do some dumb things sometimes, especially to each other. That's ridiculous. But if you did say something to the extent of John Benet Ramsey on the track, man, we'll never hear the end of it, man. By us, all of us, bro, not just Lil Wayne, everybody. It's been everybody's problem then, man. So, you hit it right on the money with that one, bro. It's ridiculous out here.
It's ridiculous. So let me ask you, follow it up. Is it becoming a point where the rest of the world don't care about us because we tend not to care about us, so why should they?
Oh, man, it's been past that level. It's been past it. So, like, when I feel some of our brothers and sisters' pain when we talking about certain things, but it gets to the point, man, where we're bringing so much injury, man, to ourselves, we're creating our own insults, just like Wayne did. We doing so many things, we can't be mad at people getting over on us if that's all we're doing is getting over on each other. And we just helping them plant the seeds. That's all we doing. We grow them in the farm, man. They plant the seeds, and we growing all the ignorance. That's all we doing. But we got to be smarter than that. We have to be smarter.
We have to be. You're right, man. It's a shame, man, that this happening. You know, we was on. I looked at some of the comments on Boris Watkins' page where it was talking about a couple guys said the line wasn't no big deal and stuff. It's almost like we're losing on both sides. It's like, you know, if we talk about it, then it's always, to me, it's always when the black people say something, then we have to minimize it. Well, y'all just complaining. It's no big deal. But like I said earlier, you say John Benet Ramsey, or you say something about an animal, Peter will get you, or you say something about gays, then you got a big problem. But when it comes to the black issue, man, it's like nobody cares. It's like we're crying, we're crybabies, or we're ignorant, we do it to ourselves, man. It's to me, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, it is baffling, bro. Like, I mean, and I want to say this before I do forget. Like you said, Boris Watkins was speaking out on the issue. Hey, if anybody does know how to contact a lot of rappers, especially from Universal Records or any label like that, please have them contact Boyce, man, because he's trying to actually reach out to different label execs and different people so they can actually speak to that issue. I mean, it's a problem, man, and us, like, real talk, as rappers, as people, as a culture, man, we have one of the largest, if not the largest influence in this world.
Yep.
And we don't realize that. That's why it gets terrible when we got to look at situations like this and actually re-examine what we're doing in this industry. But, I mean, the reality of it is, man, we are the influence. So, you know, everybody got to step up, man, real talk.
Yeah, we do. We do got to step up. I agree wholeheartedly. I think the chess players know, like the people that are making the money know the power of it, and that's why it's pushed that way. You think about it, man. Conscious rap is now underground, and gangster rap and other type of party rap is now the mainstream. You know, it's like it's flopped. It's flip-flop. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hip-hop is in trouble if we don't, start at least putting a balance in this music. If we don't put a balance, because I already told people a couple of days ago, man, R&B has been shut down. Every artist come out now that's black want to do pop music. I mean, there's no R&B no more. When you think about it, we got to go listen to the 90s song. In the 90s, you had all types of groups singing, and, now you don't see that no more. You can't name another R&B group, but outside of, Destiny Child decided to do it at the Super Bowl. But, man, I think that we're losing our culture and our things, to try to be like everybody else, when hip-hop was the bully on the block that everybody wanted to be like.
Exactly.
And we're losing that. So let's get on to something else. I don't want to get Wayne on the side. And like I say, man, I talked to Alvin, and you remember when I put the Emmett Till song out. My thing is support people that put songs out like that. We still giving Wayne the shine. You know what I'm saying? But it's me, Bob Dylan, and other people that got songs that represent Emmett Till right. And my song was officially endorsed by their family. So I look at that and it makes me mad. Not try to ride the bandwagon of jumping on this because Lil Wayne on it, but I'm also saying we need to know the history, because in that song that I put out, I didn't give you my opinion, I just told the story.
Told the facts, right.
Yeah, too many kids that don't know about it, so that's what we need to do. We got to start educating our kids, our young people, about the history, and maybe that they don't make that mistake that Wayne, and can Wayne recover? Hell, the way we mess up, they love ratchet stuff, he probably will recover. But I hope as a man, he look himself in the mirror and understand the power that he have, and influence. He got people dressing like him. He can kiss a man and still continue to be the number one. He's with Superhead. Man, take time out to realize what you said, to be man enough to apologize and do something that can turn this thing around. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's get to talking about Tim Dog, Mr. F. Compton. He passed away yesterday, man. Diabetes, his fight with diabetes, man. I had a question on Reason for Rhymes. I asked who was the first one to Tim Dog went at that West Coast, but, West Coast has been going after the East for years, and I gave them a history lesson about, because, back in the 80s, the East Coast was kind of arrogant, like they the only real hip-hop. You had Groove, remember Hammer, turned his mother out, they went to New York to show that they belong. And I was talking about that, man. So what do you think about, Tim Dog, him passing, and just the East Coast, West Coast beef, and how it elevated from something like that to where it's currently at? What is your take on that?
For one, man, that's a huge loss for hip hop, man, with Tim Dog. I mean, you know, much respect to the family, man, and much respect to his legacy, man, because regardless what anybody says, man, anytime you had a voice out there and you had the balls to say fuck Compton, I mean, you know, I'm sorry, excuse my language. But,
no, go ahead.
I mean, that's bold, man. And that's one thing, man, that the history of hip hop shows, man. We're all known for bold moves. Regardless of what level you're on, man, you're all respected for bold moves. So, I mean, it's always big up to that. As far as the East Coast, West Coast beef, you know how I am, man. I'm a big conspiracy theorist, man, and I would just ramble. You know, I actually do my history. I do my knowledge. I really research this. Yeah. So, man, when it comes down to that, man, seeing the actual, you know, the puppet masters behind the man, how they really orchestrate and set that up, I really wouldn't even call it too much of an East Coast, West Coast beef. I just call it, you know, another clash of the Titans for real. That's all it was. Because you got a bunch of brolic individuals in the hip-hop game, especially at that time, you know, in that era. And, I mean, when you set them in a certain arena, that's all they're going to do. That's what gladiators do. They're going to go at each other. So somebody set the stage for them. Somebody put a couple of words up in their whoopie-whoop and really had them going at each other. So I don't really look at it as a big beef. I just look at it as, you know, a challenge of the forces, man, challenge of the masses. Yeah, it's all respect.
Out of respect, so long as you keep it rap anyway, it was fun. I thought, you know, coming up during that time, I thought it was fun, you know, Tim Dollar said F Compton, and I thought about Rodney O and Joe Cooley, who had a song called F New York, kind of like the answer to that.
Yeah, straight up.
And because at one time I felt that New York was on that hater stuff, because I don't know if you remember this, you know, but in the 1995 Source Award, you know, Outkast kind of got booed. And I never forget what Andre 3000 said. He said, y'all can boo. He basically said, y'all can boo us all you want, but the South is here, and we ain't going nowhere. Ain't that funny, now that it's 2013, how the South has been dominating?
Exactly.
Wow.
But see, that's the thing with the hip-hop, too, man. Like, everybody gets their shine. Like they say, once you go up, you got to come down. That's how everybody is in their situations. You know, everybody gets to that point of that peak. The mentality that you have does depend on where you are as far as that peak. Some people are bold enough, you know, when they're underground or, you know, when they're on a certain level, to still speak their mind. Some people get all the way to their peak, and they get held back because they want to hold on to that peak. But at the end of the day, like you said, bro, it's all about the music, man. As long as that music serves its purpose, man, and they get their message across, I ain't mad at it, man. But cats got to learn how to get it back to keeping it rap, keeping it hip.
Exactly. Yeah,
it was one time when Caps was actually boxing at the award shows. I don't endorse that. So I actually endorse two men boxing and throwing hands before I tell anybody to go get their strap, because that's childish to me. That's scared of the situation. A lot of these people are scared of the truth. They scared of a loss. They scared of, you know, people finding out that they really ain't about what they talking. So if you just stick to your morals, man, stick to your foundation, man, and everything could be better no matter what industry it is.
No doubt. Hey, man, real talk right there, man. Definitely, DL. Where can people find you at, my brother?
Man, you can find me everywhere, man. Like I said, y'all, my number is 913-608-1839. You can catch me in the studios, bro. If anybody need a verse, holler at me, man. Facebook, Derek Carter. All government name. I'm real like that. So y'all see me, man, just holler at me one time. Shout out to Vig, man, too, bro, because you're doing your thing with them book sales, man. Y'all go pick that up, bro.
No doubt, man. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the love. And you tell them anytime they want to come to the country of Kansas, you are the president, right?
Oh, yes, sir, man. The president, man, the vice president, the ambassador. Y'all come holler at me, man. It don't matter which side of water you at, man. I'm messing with them all, man. Y'all just come holler at us, man.
That's right, y'all. They call it the country of Kansas, baby. All right, man. We get up with you, man. This is Vigalantee for ReasonsForRhymes.com and Your Black World, and we are out.